the judge in charge of the civil fraud trial against Trump and his business, who is based in New York, got an envelope with white powder in it on Wednesday, which prompted an investigation by the police and caused some to worry about the judge's safety. In a security measure, 2 court officers discovered the envelope just before 9:30 in the morning. It was addressed to Judge Arthur Engoron of the Hatton Supreme Court. This information was reported by The Guardian on Wednesday, February 28, 2024. After the cops reported the package to the proper authorities, it was removed for examination. No harm came to the judge, since he or she was not present. Trump has been accused of years of fraud by Engoron, who found that he inflated his wealth and asset values on financial statements used to get loans and close deals. This comes after last week's ruling that Trump committed the thief fraud. Engoron fined Trump $364 million and forbade him from being a director or officer of any company in New York for 3 years. Additionally, he had Trump's businesses dissolved, which could mean that Trump no longer owns Trump Tower and other of his most recognizable properties. Engoron's decision was a huge win for Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, who had sued Trump in 2018 for what she characterized as pattern of persistent illegal conduct that had hurt taxpayers, lenders, and investors. According to James, Trump's deceit was not just harmless bragging, but rather a deliberate and persistent scheme to fool the people and enrich himself. In his statement, Trump blasted Engoron, calling him a political hack and a deranged Trump-hating judge who railroaded the case. Trump is appealing the ruling along with taking orders from the Biden administration. He called James a corrupt and incompetent prosecutor, a witch hunt and a hoax, were his accusations, he said, in an effort to derail his presidential campaign in 2024. Trump has launched attacks against Engoron, who is unable to address the media due to a gag order. His defense in court has focused on his honesty and impartiality with him, claiming that he adhered to the law and considered all of the evidence. He treated both sides with fairness and respect, and claimed he was unaffected by personal or political considerations. Engoron, who is 75 years old, has had an impressive and lengthy career in education law and the judiciary. His rulings are renowned for his knowledge, humor, and references to popular culture. Aside from being a musician and a former cab driver, he was also an activist against the Vietnam War. He has a total of 4 children from his 3 marriages throughout the 2 months leading up to the trials. Conclusion: on January 11, Engoron was subjected to threats and harassment. He was the victim of a funny bomb threat at his residence on the eve of closing arguments. The court staff checked the mail before delivering it to him because he also received hate mails at his office. The police are trying to figure out who sent the white powdery envelope and what it was. For the contents could be anything from harmless substances to deadly ones, like anthrax or Ron. Additionally, they are investigating any connections to the previous threats the judge received and evaluating the security measures put in place for him and his family. The police have not yet made any arrests in the courtroom of Judge Scott McKay. Terrence Bradley was subjected to unrelenting interrogation regarding the purported relationship between Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor for Fun County, and Fani Willis, the district attorney, on Wednesday, February 28. The Ross story reported that the stakes were high as Donald Trump eagerly anticipated the chance to dismiss the case against him, as fake and request the dismissal of the attorneys, after noting that Bradley had difficulty presenting tangible proof regarding the beginning of Wade and Willis's relationship. Trump has now announced the conclusion of the case on social media. He declared himself clear, but the case is obviously false because Bradley has refused to deny his story that Wade and Willis began dating before his prosecution. According to almost all legal experts and scholars, this case is over because Fani Willis and lover Wade started their relationship before their false case was brought against me and many others on Truth Social. Trump made a post in defense of his earlier assertion that the two began dating in late 2019, The ex-law partner of Wade took the stand following Bradley's about-face to confess that he was only guessing as to when the dating began. Trump's lawyer Steve Sado questioned him on the rationale behind his speculation about such a crucial fact. Meanwhile, Sad questioned, "Why on earth would you speculate?" during the hearing.